Today is 21st April 2026 and I just placed this trade right now. So if I look at the profit, the second challenge I received yesterday, I got yesterday. So you can see this morning I tried to trade, but I lost the trade. I did a mistake, frankly speaking. I did a mistake about this trade. This is the trade I just placed right now. And the reason behind this entry is that, let's go into 1 hour time frame. Looking at gold in 1 hour time frame, the previous price action was bullish. Even the 4 hour time frame was even bullish. Let's start from the 4 hour time frame. This is where price was creating 4 hour bullish order flow, higher highs and higher lows. So based on the 4 hour time frame, this is the lowest point that led to this BOX. So after this BOX, this is where a lot of sellers step in and push through this low, and this is where we get this market shift. So this market shift, I consider it in the 1 hour time frame as a market shift. So after this market shift, this is where the price action in 50 minutes time frame, it was also bullish, creating all of these higher highs and higher lows. So this morning, this is where we get the bearish market shift, because price just breaks through this low and we get the market shift. After this market shift, that is where I go into 5 minutes time frame, because this is the 5 minutes bearish trend, dominant trend that led to this 50 minutes market shift. So that is where I go into 5 minutes time frame. So in 5 minutes time frame, if we look at the price action right now, the price action this morning, it was bearish, and this is where we get the recent BOX. After this BOX, price do retrace more deeply and sweep the liquidity above these 5 minute strong highs. This is where sellers step in. So after this liquidation above these strong highs, sellers step in and cause even 5 minutes minor market shift. So after I got this minor market shift, this is the supply zone that led to this minor market shift, and this is where I enter the trade, risking $1,000 for $6,000. So based on this trade that I just placed right now, I will be expecting to hit take profit, because I'm risking $1,000 for $6,000. And if I hit take profit, I pass the second challenge with this trade. So this trade right now, if you look at my MT5, I'm still running profits almost $100. 140 is still running, but this way I'm just risking $1,000 for $6,000. Right now, if I look at the second challenge, the objective here is to make 5,000. So I'm targeting 6,000 because I'm down almost $1,000. So this is the reason behind this trade, and this is the second challenge. I received it yesterday and I started trading it today. So let's see how it goes. Still managing risking $1,000 for $6,000. And looking at this trade, though it is not high probability, looking at the higher time frame, even 50 minutes time frame, after this market shift, I will be expecting retracement before the price drop. But I enter this trade based on the 5 minutes confirmations. So that is why I said it's not high probability trade, just managing risk, because price do sweep the liquidity above these strong highs, and this is where we get minor 5 minutes market shift. So let's see how it goes. Price is still at this zone, my entry, but just risking 50 pips, and since I open 2 standard lot size, so I'm risking 1,000, so that is 100 pips on this trade. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to update you guys every single thing about this trade. So now looking at the trade, I thought I was almost stopped out. Price traded higher and sweep the liquidity above these 5 minutes minus strong highs, and sellers step in again. So right now it is crazy because only 1 pip left to stop me out, and you can see I'm running almost $800 in profit. But just keep on watching this price action. It wasn't easy, and right now looking at the trend right now, it is somehow confusing, because this way, whether the price is changing into bullish order flow or it is still bearish. But I stick to my rules. I would love to get stopped out rather than close the trade. Immediately I enter the trade, I don't touch the trade anymore. The market decide, because I calculated this trade and I was willing, expecting to risk $1,000 for $6,000. So I was risking 1 for 6. And looking at the price action right now, somehow confusing, but as I said, price traded more higher and almost 1 pip left to get me stopped out, and thanks to also the broker and the spread is not too much tight. If not, I would have gotten out of the trade. But right now, as I said, I don't know what is going to happen. The most important thing is I analyzed the charts, I followed my rules, I calculated my risk. Right now, the market decide. So looking at the price action, you can see I'm still running profit. 300 now, it is $300, 350. So I don't know which is which. And looking at this trade is whether I lost $1,000 or I hit 6,000. This is my rules. Right now that I'm in the trade, the market decide. I will continue updating you guys. So looking at the trade right now, there is high probability price is going to stop me out. This is the reason why I closed one of the trade, because I saw a lot of confirmation here. Price just mitigated this demand zone. There's a demand zone here. And this demand zone, I step in again because I was expecting some kind of break structure with the body. But since price breaks through with the wick, this way we get a weak breakout. So there is high probability price is going to break this high and shift the order to bullish. And the purpose of this bullish order flow is to facilitate this 1 hour pullback or 50 minutes pullback, because if you look at the 50 minutes time frame, this way we get the recent market shift. So in the 50 minutes time frame, this will be the expectation. So this is the reason why I closed the one trade. If you look at, I just leave the other trade running, and that trade I'm just risking $500 or I think $400 or $500, but it's okay. Right now you can see, I know no matter how price is going to break through this high, but let's see how it goes. There is high probability this trade is going to be lost. The order flow right now is shifting to bullish based on this scenario, because after I get even this liquidation, this is where everything will start creating higher highs and higher lows. Anything can happen. So this is the reason why I close one trade and see how this one goes. So since I'm risking $500, so right now I'm going to still update you how it is going to close, whether it is going to close loss or win. But looking at this trade, it's already loss. Looking at the price action right now here, if price retrace from here and hit my take profit, then as I said, in trading anything can happen. So I don't want to having a lot of confidence or hoping for the price to hit my take profit. I believe everything can happen. So whether it is loss, whether it is win, it's all part of the game. Price has been consolidating, and looking at this market, this is where the price is reversing. So I will update you guys. Let's see how it goes. So looking at the price action, you can see right now it is clear that I'm out of the trade, and everything was crazy somewhere around here, because if you find yourself in this kind of scenario, you get confused. You don't know which is which, because price action here was really crazy. I was really confused because I closed the trade before, because I knew no matter how price is going to go up, for any reason, sellers step in and push the price and it breaks through this low with the body of the candle. So I still look for my entry because I closed the first trade and let the remaining trade running. And immediately I watched the price action very well. I noticed price keep on respecting this structure, because this is where sellers try to step in and breaks through this low with the body of the candle, and that is where I get the recent BOX. The time price retraces back to this zone again, I look for another entry again, and at the end of the day, the goal is to raise $1,000. And if you look at the account right now, I'm down almost $1,700 based on these two trades. But at the end of the day, this part of the game. This is all about trading. And looking at the order flows, it is too much confusing, but I lost the trade. It's normal. Okay, it's part of the game. As I mentioned earlier on, price needs to retrace back. But this retracement, it was so much confusing to really understand which is which, because we expect price to retrace back into this supply range before it drop. So this is it. I lost the trade. And if I look at my dashboard, so you can see the equity right now is 89,299, because I'm almost 1,007 off. Just look at this, 1,007, and it also reflects in my MT5. So it is all part of the game. Today, I think like I'm done with the day. Looking at this price action, there's so much confusion here. I got stopped out. So I think like tomorrow, there will be another opportunity. So I will keep on updating you guys about this second challenge, and let's see how it goes. This is the trade I just enter right now, and looking at the Profim account, I'm in drawdown, almost 2,000, yeah, 2,000 drawdown. Yeah, but let's see how it goes. This trade I just enter right now, I'm just risking almost 1,005 on this trade, because I enter somewhere around here. I'm risking 150 pips for almost, supposed to 1:3, so for 5,000 pips. So let's see how it goes, because the reason behind this trade is that if you look at the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour time frame is really bearish. This is where price is creating higher highs and higher lows. So price do retrace back and mitigated this supply zone. This first let's step in and start pushing the price. So the expectation is price continue breaking the structure in the 1 hour time frame. This is the expectation in the 1 hour time frame. But looking at this trade, the reason why I enter, if we look at the 4 hour time frame, the 4 hour time frame is bullish, because this is the last bullish order flow. This is where we get the BOX. So after this BOX, price retraced back and mitigated this demand zone, because this is the 4 hour demand zone and this is the lowest point. This is the demand zone that led to this BOX before price shifted to 1 hour bearish trend. So immediately price mitigate this zone. This is where buyers step in and start pushing the price. So right now, the expectation here is price start to create new 1 hour bullish order flow. Since price already mitigated this 4 hour demand zone, so looking at this price action right now, buyers are more powerful than the sellers because of price just mitigate this zone. This is where buyers step in, and since there is no way price can just go up like this, price will start creating these higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So the purpose of this trade is this higher lows, then price continue with the bullish order flow. This is the purpose of this trade. And if we go into 50 minutes time frame, the reason why I really enter in this trade is that there is a demand zone here. Okay, this is the demand zone. This is where demand step in and start pushing the price. So within this zone, that is where I will be expecting new lower lows to be creating, because in the 1 hour time frame, I explained something like I will be expecting price create these higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So if you look at the 50 minutes time frame, price do mitigate this demand zone. This is where sellers step in again and price just sweep the liquidity below these lows. That is where I go into 5 minutes time frame. In 50 minutes time frame, price just shifted to bullish order flow. After this liquidation, this is where buyers step in, create these higher highs. So right now we expect these higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs for price to continue. So you can see this is multi-time frame market structure, and this is how price move. So this trade, as I said, I'm risking $1,005 for almost 5,000. Yeah, $5,000. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to update you guys every single thing about this trade, whether price is going to stop me out or whether price is going to hit my TP. Let's see how it goes. So you can see, looking at the price action, this was really crazy. At the end of the day, I lost the trade, and it's all part of the process. As I said, this trade I was risking $1,005, and if you look at the trade, just close to negative 1,005, almost negative 1,006. I was even confident when I saw this break of structure, but just a trap. So looking at this price action, you can see that this bearish order flow is still dominating. So I get stopped out in this demand range. If I look at the account, you can see that I'm drawdown almost 4K in drawdown. This is crazy. This is really crazy. I supposed to make 5% in this account, and right now I need to make almost 8% or 9% to pass the second challenge. I think like this second challenge is not going to be easy for me, but this is all about trading. It's always about being transparency and follow the system. So I'm going to update you guys. So you can see I just lost this trade. Just look at this 1,005. And looking at my MT5, it reflects the same. And you can see today is 23rd April 2026. So now, as I said, it's not going to be easy. To really pass this second challenge, I need to make almost 8,000, 8%. It's like passing the first challenge, I need to make 10%. So the second challenge, I think like the maximum is 5% is going to be easy. So you can see, if you are in a losing streak, this is what really happened. And it's all part of the process, okay? This is the challenge. So looking at the price action, price keep on dropping again and again. So let's see how it goes, whether price is going to respect this demand zone or not, because looking at the price action, it is still bearish. And right now, looking at this trade, I was trading this demand range, but I believe there is high probability price is going to respect this extreme zone. So this is the extreme zone. So before I could look for another entry, I will be waiting for some kind of bullish order flow before I can look for my entry. But looking at this price action, just need to accept the reality. So we move. This is all part of trading, and let's see how it goes. So right now I need to make 8%. Wow, 8% is not easy, but I need to make it. I passed the first challenge with 10%. So now I needed to make 5%. It didn't go as it was planned. So we just have to accept the loss and we involved. I'm going to update you guys every single thing about this second phase, whether I'm going to pass it or whether I'm going to blow the account. I will be updating you. So let's get involved. Guys, this was actually crazy day. This is the craziest day ever in my trading journey. When I got stopped out of this trade, I knew no matter how price is going to respect this demand zone, I look for buying opportunity. Even and looking at my MT5, you can see that buying opportunity, I was just risking 1,000 pips, and that is $500, and price retraced back, and this was the trade, this buying trade. This is where I entered the trade. After I got stopped out, after I lost almost 1,005, that's the phase trade. This is where I look for this trade, and the markets hit my TP. So I was observing this price action at this supply zone. That's where the price action shifted to 5 minutes bearish trend, and I took this trade within 30 minutes. I hit TP and I closed the trade 6K. So based on these 3 trades, I passed the second challenge. In this morning, I was like, wow, I was drawn down almost 2K, 3K. I closed the day 7K. Just look at this. This is all about trading. This is crazy because right now, if I go to my dashboard, just look at the dashboard. In the morning, the equity was negative. I was negative. I was brought down, I think, 2K or 3K. And right now, I just passed the challenge. Just look at this. I made 7K. I closed the day. This is crazy, guys. This is really, really crazy. And this is what we teach in the Winning Trader Cycle. Just look at this. And the reason behind this selling opportunity is if I go back into 1 hour time frame, price mitigate the supply zone. Looking at everything here, I was expecting it because looking at this low, it's just a weak breakout. That is where I look for buying opportunity. I was expecting for the price to break through this 1 hour supply zone. If we go into 50 minutes time frame, it is 50 minutes OB zone, order block. After that order block mitigation, price shifted to 5 minutes bearish trend. And this was the bearish trend. After price started creating this structure, I was just observing the price action. I saw price created this high and later on sweep the liquidity above this high and get BOX again. I was like, this is where I need to enter the price action. Immediately price mitigate this zone. Just look at this. Then I pass my second challenge. If I go on the dashboard, this is really, really crazy. This is crazy. Fucking proud. So right now we are in live account, and I just want to be sincere. This is the one I'm recording all of the journey. The same day I passed also this challenge. The same day, just look at this. But this is a swing plan, I think, yeah. And I also passed this challenge. So right now all the accounts are in life. So if I check my Gmail, just look at this. Both the accounts, they just congratulate me passing the second challenge. This is really, really crazy. And look at the second account, the same thing. Wow, this year is going to be crazy. And this is not the only account that I have. I have many accounts, but just focus on this Profim account. I have other Profim account that is also going well. So next week, we are going to start live trading, guys. I'm going to update you guys every single thing. So we are going to continue with this account. So I'm going to record everything. This is the swing account. We are going to continue with this account. That's the pro account. This is crazy, guys. And this is what we teach in the Winning Trader Cycle. We have the blueprint of passing all of this challenge. If you want to learn more, you know how to reach us.